Can you talk about the health of some of your guys with Zach and Leo and Gonzo back out there?
Well, I mean, today was the first time they've been more in big group trainings, because they trained while we were gone, in small groups. So now we'll see how everybody feels, after today, because we did a little more. So Zach and Leo and Gonzo all three of them were all in training today, and so now we'll see how they feel tomorrow.
What were your impressions of Oppum now seeing 45 minutes of him on the field?
Obviously some good and some things that we still need to work on. And fitness is definitely an issue still, and so right now he's not ready to come into a game because he needs to get fit. But there were some good things. You could see some experience things that were there as well. So it's just a matter of us being patient and we'll see once his fitness gets there. Because when your fitness goes, then you start making bad decisions. So that's something that we got to build his fitness first. Low was all right. He got through 90 minutes, so that was important. Obviously, it's rusty when you haven't played a game, and I think the last time he played in a game was in March probably. So it's a long time, and you need some game time to get honed in on those decisions and so forth. But we were pleased that he was able to get through 90 minutes and did some good things in the 90.
Kovar had an assist. How would you rate his performance yesterday?
It was difficult because we pushed him all over the place. We started him in midfield and we played a little bit of left back, and then he played wide left midfield. And wide left midfield is his best position, and that's when he had the most impact on the game.
Yeah, and this year he's kind of struggled for minutes a little bit. How does that impact a young player in trying to stay fit and trying to stay sharp?
Well, obviously it always impacts players, and that's why as we move forward, having a reserve team in the USL is going to be important, but it's something that Aaron and I had talked about before he signed. He knew that situation was a possibility, and that was something that he had to be prepared to deal with.
The win over Colorado was the 19th win of the season to set a new record for you guys. What does that just say? How does that reflect on the team?
Well, it's a reflection of that the team's played well this year. I think our character has been good, because a lot of those wins have been where we've come from behind in a lot of those games. We've had a lot of road wins as well, so it showed that we've been effective at home and on the road. There's nothing more than we'd like than to go get 20 now, because it's been a long time since that's been done. I think all the way back to '98. So. That's something that we're shooting for definitely as a team.
Does this feel like a historically good season for you guys?
Hey, you look upon that afterwards. All what I know is we're going into a game Friday. We have a chance to lock up the Cascadia Cup. That's what we want to do. That's the second piece of silverware that we can win this year. We got the U.S. Open Cup, so now we want to get the Cascadia Cup, and if we get that keeps us, in the lead for moving forward on the Supporter Shield as well. So that's our objective for this weekend.
What would that mean to this team to get the Cascadia Cup back?
A lot, because we haven't had it for a couple of years, and the Cascadia Cup's sort of been a weird animal for us because one year we play 4 on the road and 2 at home. The next year we play 4 at home and 2 on the road. And for us to do it in the year that we only play 2 at home is I think a pretty special accomplishment.
What's it going to be like not having Yedlin out there for the Cascadia Cup, and is that how much it's going to impact? Well,
he's an important member of our team for sure, and obviously, it's great that Clint's going to be able to be here, so we're happy about that. DeAndre, missing means another person has to step up and play, but certainly we have to respect the decisions that are made by the national team coach, and and we'll move on.
Do you get a sense from the players out here that they want the cup, that this is a big deal for them?
The team wants to get as much as they can. I think all athletes are a little bit greedy sometimes, and they know that this can be a special year, and those years don't always come along. So you don't want to miss on opportunities or bypass opportunities.
I don't think I've asked about Aaron long, really, since y'all signed him. How has he come along? How did he do yesterday?
I think Aaron's done well. Again, we've asked him to play different positions. Yesterday he played a little bit of right back, then he went into center back in the second half. I think when we signed him, he started off, he played really, really well. Then there comes that little bit of lull when you maybe don't see first team action, and it's tough coming in at midseason as he's done. But I've been really pleased with him, and and I think he's a guy down the line I think who can help the club.
Seems like there's been a little, don't know what, little seesawing, a little back and forth on Azira and Rose. What are sort of the pros and cons? What does each bring, and what do you kind of base your decisions on?
No, they're each different players, you know. And Rose gets forward, gets into the box a little bit more. Azira helps us a little more in our possession in midfield. It was a situation where I thought Andy came on and through the Open Cup run and through those games there played really well for us and provided us with some really key moments and goals as well. And then because he'd been out for a while, just the accumulation of those minutes wore on him a little bit, and I thought it was a chance to get Michael back into the mix. And I think in the last 2 games, Michael's played very well also. You know, I thought he had a good game against Chivas, and I thought he had a good game in Colorado. And when you look at his, I think he's like an 80% pass completion in both games, and you know, he's provided us what we've needed in those games. But Andy's still a very big part of our mix, and you know, it's sometimes going to depend game to game.
That goal that Marco had against Colorado, can you just talk about that connection with him and Clint leading up to it?
Well, I mean, obviously it's a fantastic goal. You know, it's a fantastic goal because of the fantasy involved in the goal. You know, and it's like I've said before, Clint is the kind of guy who tries things that other people think about but don't try. And you know, so the little spin back heel, and you know, then Marco sees, you know, people go sliding past him and then chipping the ball in. I mean, that's nothing that you can teach. That's fantasy. That's imagination. That's ability. That's recognition. It's a lot of things. But as a fan watching that, it's what you pay money to watch.
Great. Anything else? Thanks.